Hi there, welcome to Voices of ACTCon, where we're spotlighting young people doing some work in conservation tech. And today we have...
My name is Jonathan Growcott. I'm 26. I'm just coming to the end of my PhD, which is in multimodal monitoring for large African carnivores. So during my PhD, I conducted fieldwork in southern Tanzania in Nyerere National Park. So I'm based at the University of Exeter in the UK, but my PhD is co-supervised by the Wildlife Conservation Research Unit, otherwise known as WildCRU, at the University of Oxford. And next year, actually, I will be starting up a program with my colleague Matthew Veyers that's based on tech innovation for large carnivore monitoring, which will be based in Zimbabwe.
Oh, cool, from Zimbabwe. So we're both in Hanoi, very far from home.
Very.
What brought you here? What motivated you to come to ACTCon?
I think what's brilliant about ACTCon is the global representation of people who are studying and working in completely a massive variety of different fields and sectors and interests. I think it's kind of an incredible opportunity. It's very, very rare that you get so many brilliant, interesting, knowledgeable people all in one place.
Yeah.
And I think someone like me, who's right at the start of my career in conservation, it provides me an opportunity to both learn from people with vast amounts of experience that I just don't have, but also I think potentially offer a useful insight into the direction that conservation, and particularly conservation technology, may go in the future.
Okay, so you did tell us what your PhD is about, but maybe break it down a little bit and maybe give us an explanation of how you use conservation tech in your PhD and in the project that you're going to be doing in Zimbabwe.
Yeah, so as I say, I kind of use technologies to try and improve large carnivore monitoring.
Yeah.
So in 2023, I ran the first large-scale camera trap and bioacoustic survey for large African carnivores. So we covered around 450 square kilometers in Nyerere National Park. That was obviously supported by some brilliant, brilliant partners that I wouldn't have been able to do it without myself.
Yeah.
So people like Lion Landscapes and FZS and Tawiri and Tanapa. We ran this project and it was brilliant. And we were able to discover brand new things, such as the fact that leopards can not only be identified by their unique spot patterns, but also by their unique roars. Their iconic soaring roar is a unique identifiable signature per individual. Away from kind of the scientific and research aspects, I'm incredibly fortunate to work in the sphere of large carnivores.
Okay.
Species like lions are iconic, globally recognizable species that are adored by millions, if not billions. They've even got films after them. The Lion King was also something I watched growing up. And I think it's important for someone like me to choose research questions that not only aid the scientific community, but also are inspiring and interesting and cool to the rest of the world.
Absolutely.
Because I think conservation is not something that we can achieve just through the brilliant people here, the scientists, the researchers, the practitioners, the ecologists, the rangers, who are also so passionate about it. But it needs to be a global endeavor and a global project to save and support and protect the beauty of the natural world that surrounds us.
Okay. So now we know that you can not only identify leopards by their spots, but by their roar.
Exactly.
And I mean, I'm sure there's many other things that you could share. But for the person who's sitting at home, who has a very small scale understanding of conservation tech or conservation in its entirety, I want you to share what excites you about the future of conservation tech. And perhaps what are you most excited about too as conservation tech is future forward? So what excites you most about that?
Yeah, I think it's brilliant because for conservation technology, we can adapt what goes on around the world just on day-to-day living. Everybody has a smartphone. Everybody connects to the internet. Everybody's got social media platforms. So these kind of technological revolution that we've seen over the last 10, 20 years has affected everybody. worldwide, globally. And if we can harness those sort of adaptive, intrinsically developed skills and use them for conservation, then it becomes this global endeavor. And I think the way that tech is advancing, the way that AI is advancing, which means that we can process data that's being collected from the field at such a faster rate than ever before possible, that's really exciting and means that we can go from collecting data about at-risk species and habitats and landscapes which really need conservation action, and we can transfer that really, really quickly, hopefully, into actual conservation on-the-ground action so that we can identify hotspots, we can protect the communities, we can protect people and wildlife, because I think without protecting people, without looking after communities and looking after the needs of people, we won't be able to look after the needs of the wildlife. So it's about doing both of those things. And I think conservation technology has real potential and is already doing so in changing this and improving the way that we live.
Cool. That's exciting. Any last words? Any departing words, maybe? Anything exciting you want to share? I mean, besides the fact that we're going to have a PhD soon that we can read, anything you want to say to somebody who has an interest in conservation tech and feels like it's so wide and big and they don't know where to start?
Yeah, I think part of the fun of it being such a wide open scene is that it allows you to be innovative and it allows you to be creative. And kind of if you have an idea of something you think might work, kind of trust it.
Yeah.
Like there's so many, for me, there's so many cool bits of tech. The fact that you can put up a passive acoustic monitoring device, a microphone basically in a tree, and see what's being recorded around you. We've got no idea what sounds might be recorded and how that can be used for research. You could put a drone up in the air. You've got no idea what you may capture running across a landscape. So let those ideas kind of run wild. And if you think you've got an idea and you think you've got potential of something, talk to someone, send that email, go for it, because chances are probably along the right lines.
Cool. Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you very much.
It's been good talking to you.
You too.
Look forward to reading the PhD.
Thanks.
We hope that you will watch other episodes of ACTCon Voices. Thank you.
Thank you.